Good afternoon, friends. Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. Dudes, I don't even know how to react. I don't know how to react, and I don't know if anything will come of it, but I am shocked. I am literally shocked. Shout out to Cameron Billings. Shout out to Cameron Billings, who shared a tweet with me. I can't do what I do without you guys. I appreciate it because, I got my hands on all kinds of shit. I mean, look, I got paint on here. I probably got sawdust on me. I'm out here carving pieces and stuff like that. Michael's over here packing and shipping the stuff and all that. Shout out to you guys getting all the orders and things. And so it's hard to keep up with the Cowboys because literally you got to have your head on a swivel to keep up with all of the going ons. For a team that hasn't signed anybody, it's almost like we got as much to talk about right now as we do during the season. And that's no lie. We got D-Law, who they said is coming back. We got Amari Cooper that they're trying to mend the fences. See, that's why you never burn bridges. And, I said that if you're going to go ahead and get rid of D-Law, I understand the philosophy behind it. But be sure that if you're getting rid of him or Amari, that you're doing something to improve the team. If you're not, then stay pat. And so you heard that, D-Law's coming back and they're trying to work things out with Amari Cooper, basically say, my bad, maybe I just smoking some bad shit and that's why we had this disagreement or whatever. But the old saying, money talks and BS walks. And so during this time, right now, a lot of great free agents players are getting cut because they're getting older or they're looking at younger people that can do the job better that are taking their places. And I even went on board and I said, if you teamed up Micah Parsons with a great linebacker, we heard Anthony Hitchens, he's on the tail end side of his career. He's going to get a little older. But he said, hey, I'd love to come back and play with Micah Parsons. Of course. Who wouldn't? Who would want to get a big fat payday from the Cowboys and have that limelight to end their career and maybe lead into the broadcast booth? But I said that we'd probably see some really great linebackers that still have a lot left in the tank that are better than what we've had in quite a while. And I said Bobby Wagner, and I said maybe Demario Davis. But New Orleans is probably not that stupid to let a player like that go. You work that deal out because that guy ain't missed a game in the 4 years he's been in New Orleans and had 100-plus tackles, like 108-plus every year to go with about 3, 4, 5 sacks. And plays downhill and is a team leader. And you don't get those guys too often. But Bobby Wagner's out there. And there's about 12 teams that are interested in Bobby Wagner. We all know that. I mean, dude had 170 tackles total last year in a sack. That's incredible for a guy who's 32. In fact, over the last 3 years, he hasn't had less than 138 tackles. And so if you can put a man like that in the middle and, move Micah Parsons around, and even if you're able to bring D-Law back, you've got the wild card being Micah Parsons. You've got a man in the middle that can control the middle. If you go ahead and get me the beast defensive lineman, like Jordan Davis, then all of a sudden you got the new Legion of Boom. But, I've dreamed of players. Like I said, when DeMario was actually in my house and saying, he was ready to be a free agent from the Jets, I was like, get this guy. Yeah, he's one of my pet guys. When Aaron Donald was in the draft, I was like, man, if we could get an Aaron Donald, unfortunately he got drafted just before we got up. Calais Campbell, when he was leaving the Cardinals. Now, he is still a free agent, still playing, but he's in the twilight of his career. But I've always had pipe dreams that never come true. The Dallas Cowboys, with Dan Quinn, have done something they don't do. They actually made some calls to Bobby Wagner. They've reached out to Bobby Wagner. We're one of the 12 teams that have talking to Bobby Wagner. Now, when you got that much, supply and demand, hey, I'm the supply and I'm in demand, which means I can pick the highest bidder that I want to go to. Sometimes the money isn't worth going to the place because you have to look at it from the standpoint of, this is the end of my career. This will probably be the last big contract that I sign. This will be the legacy that I have left. So you have to look at it and say, I want to go someplace where, I'm one, I'm going to be featured. Two, that I've got an opportunity to win a ring. Because at this point, you've probably made plenty of money and you're set for life. In fact, your grandkids are probably set for life. Unless you do something stupid like, Vince Young, hey, I want to ride on an airplane by myself. Let me buy all the tickets. I like eating at Cheesecake Factory. Let me spend $5,000 a week in Cheesecake Factory. Why don't you buy a Cheesecake Factory, dude? Then you can eat for free and other people are paying you to come there. But the Cowboys have reached out to Bobby Wagner. And it could be one of those things that he could think of, the best times I had was with Dan Quinn. The Cowboys, they've got that young buck, Micah Parsons. You put him out there. We got Diggs, who's kind of like, got more interceptions than Richard Sherman did. We can get the band back together, so to speak. I can have that glory, that one last run. And I can definitely be in the limelight. Lord knows, I can be setting myself up to be in the broadcast booth and have fun. And that may be the one advantage that they have. Because I don't think the Cowboys can outbid somebody. Let me rephrase that. There's can't and won't. The Cowboys won't outbid the other teams. This would need to be one of those things that, I'm coming home. I'm coming home to work with Dan Quinn to finish up my career and try and make one last go of it and have some fun. So I'd be surprised if they can work out a deal for Bobby Wagner because, a lot of people want him. But I'm at least impressed that they're at least trying to make a move. That at least is an improvement on what the Cowboys normally do. So I'm ecstatic at the moment. I'm ecstatic. It gets me right here. Also, too, let me also add on here. 7:30 tonight. It's going to be Clown Hour because my man, one of my kids, Rio, the long lost one, the Washington Commanders away fan, is getting me on his show, so I'll probably live stream it so we can clown his ass. Yeah, Carson Wentz. All right, guys, we'll see if anything comes up of it. I can't believe it. Peace.